Hello, hi everyone, this is Shrija. Welcome to Skinorial, where I talk all things skincare. So if you like skincare related content, then make sure that you subscribe. Likewise, you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post more regularly. Now I know that this video is long overdue, but the reason was that I just didn't want to give you guys my first impressions of trying out the new launches in the Indian market with respect to the sunscreens. I actually wanted to test them for the peeling issues, like how these sunscreens work when I'm sort of doing outdoor activities with the same. So I wanted to come out with like a thorough review of all the new launches of sunscreens in the Indian market, and that's why it took time. But now I'm finally ready. I think today I have like I have 7 sunscreens for you guys. And I'm so excited for this video because you guys know that sunscreen is like my favorite topic to talk about in skincare. And in this video, I'm going to first start with my most favorite Indian sunscreen launch, and that is from Dr. Sheth's, and it is their Ceramide and Vitamin C sunscreen. I'm telling you, I know last year Dr. Sheth's launched like a pure mineral sunscreen, which was an absolute blunder. But I think they have launched 2 different sunscreens this time. One is the CICA, the Ceramide Vitamin C, and one is the Haldi and Hyaluronic acid variant. Both of them sort of, they make up for it. But first I'm going to talk about the Ceramide and Vitamin C sunscreen. Again, both these sunscreens, it's not a pure mineral sunscreen. They are hybrid sunscreens. I think, yeah, both of them are hybrid sunscreens. So the reason that these sunscreens are I really like them is that they actually sort of, they have matched the Korean formulations in terms of textures. It really feels nice on the skin. It's so hydrating, so soothing. If you have oily skin and you're using the Ceramide variant, you can actually skip your moisturizer. But again, it won't make your skin very greasy or oily. It just sits so comfortably even if you apply the correct amount. I think out of all the sunscreens that I'm going to talk about today, this one is my absolute favorite. I highly recommend trying it out, and this is a really good launch from Dr. Sheth's. Now let's talk about their second variant, which is the Haldi and Hyaluronic acid sunscreen. This one I would say is more suitable for oily to combination skin types, because I have oily dehydrated skin, and if I was just using it without the moisturizer, I could feel that my skin is lacking that hydration, whereas with the Ceramide variant that was not the issue. So with this I definitely needed a moisturizer. That's why I would say this is more suitable for oily to combination skin type, whereas this is more for dry to dehydrated to combination skin type. If you have oily skin and you want to use this, just skip the moisturizer and you're good to go. Now coming to the white cast, both of these new launches did not leave any white cast for me, but then again, white cast will depend upon your individual complexion. So I can't say, oh, this sunscreen is I don't understand when people review their sunscreens and they're like, no white cast. I don't get it. White cast really depends upon your complexion. So for me, it did not leave any white cast, and I don't think it would, even if you have medium to darker skin tone. Like this one, when you apply the Haldi and Hyaluronic acid one, you might get a bit of a very slight white cast that would fade away in a minute. But then again, I cannot say this with 100% confidence. Both of these sunscreens are broad spectrum sunscreens. They did not cause any peeling issue for me, and I love these formulations, so I do recommend giving it a try. Now the other launch that I wanted to talk about today is from Deconstruct. It's their lightweight gel sunscreen. Again, broad spectrum protection. This is SPF 55. This is really suitable for oily acne prone skin, only because of the texture, I would say, because it leaves a very nice matte finish. Like both the Dr. Sheth's sunscreens, they leave a very nice dewy hydrated finish. This one leaves a very nice matte finish. It blends into the skin comfortably. Again, when I first applied it, when you're in the process of blending, you would feel that the product would leave a bit of white cast, but that just goes away in a minute for me. There was no stinging or burning sensation around eyes. Even with the Dr. Sheth's sunscreens, I did not experience that issue. Even with this, there's no stinging or burning sensation. It blends comfortably, and there was no peeling issues even after multiple reapplications, and I really do like it. This is also, like, I would say, one of my favorite new launches from in the Indian market. Now, the other sunscreen that I want to talk about today is from Dot & Key. It's their CICA Calming Niacinamide Sunscreen SPF 50 again. So this product has excellent ingredients. Like, you know, when you apply it, you get that cooling sensation on application. But when I sort of apply, I would say it's not very easy to blend, because when I applied it onto my skin, there was a minimal white cast, which took, like, say about, you know, it takes blending, like a lot of blending to sort of go away, I would say, but in 2 minutes it settles down and then it leaves a comfortable matte finish. But however, there's a very weird, like, I can't say, like, there's a fragrance to it which sort of, like, you know, when you apply it, you can feel it, but then it goes away. However, if you're sensitive to, you know, you feel that you don't want any scent in the sunscreen, then I think this would bother you. I tried reapplying it multiple times. It did not pill, but I would say with every application, there was a bit of, like, you know, I feel it sort of increased my oil production in the T-zones. So that was the only issue with this particular sunscreen. But otherwise, I would say it's a really good, like, they say it's fragrance free, like, but I think because it's fragrance free, there's no masking fragrance as well, so there's a bit of scent. I don't know what it is, like, I can't pinpoint. But again, like, I would say when it comes to the texture, I prefer the texture of Dr. Sheth's and Deconstruct as compared to this. However, again, if you have, like, super oily skin, acne prone skin, sensitive reactive skin, and you feel every sunscreen is breaking you out, then the ingredients of this one is, like, really promising, and I do recommend giving it a try. Now let's move on to the sunscreen that I got a lot of requests to review, and that is the new launch from Earth Rhythm. I'm not even sure if this is a new launch because, like, of course I took my own sweet time to review it. So this is their hybrid sun fluid, which is Ultra Defense SPF 50. Now I'll tell you what, the texture is phenomenal. It blends into the skin seamlessly. There is no white cast. I really love how it feels on my skin, but the only issue with this product is that it pills after reapplication, and for me, when that happens, then, you know, I'm not comfortable applying that sunscreen outside. If it's pilling, then that even film is being broken down again and again, so I'm not very comfortable with the reapplication. So of course I'm using this at home, and, you know, because I thought maybe it's my serums and stuff, so I tested this sunscreen alone as well, but again, the same issue. I don't know what it is, and that is the only reason it's not one of my favorite formulations, though, like, it is very elegant. It is, again, broad spectrum, again SPF 50 hybrid formulation, but because of the pilling issue, that's the only reason I'm not going to be repurchasing it. Now let's talk about the other variant from Earth Rhythm, that is SPF 50, and it's their matte mineral sunscreen. This one actually surprised me because I first tried out that one and I was like, okay, maybe this one would be also very similar, but no, this one leaves no white cast for me. When I apply it, yes, there's a minimal white cast that sort of fades away. It doesn't sting or burn my eyes, and I think it's a really good mineral sunscreen formulation in the Indian market. I do really like it. The formula is very elegant. It's not too thick. Of course, it's not as elegant as Korean formulations, but it's not something which is very greasy or, you know, which would feel like paint on your skin. So again, if you're looking for a good affordable mineral variant, this one by Earth Rhythm is a good option. It doesn't sting or burn my eyes. There is no pilling on reapplication, and I do like it. Like, this I'm going to repurchase. This I won't be repurchasing because of the pilling issue, but this I would definitely be repurchasing. Now let's talk about the last sunscreen on my list, and that is actually made in Korea, but it's from an Indian brand called Put Simply. I have I don't know why I hold my, like, when I'm showing you the products, why I hold it like that, like, that's just so weird. But anyway, so this is the sunscreen, and I have tried the cleanser and the moisturizer from this brand. I love it. I think I love the entire range from this particular brand. I do really like the formulation. It's very elegant. It's very similar to the Korean textures. It's, again, a broad spectrum sunscreen, no pilling issue, no white cast for me, doesn't burn or sting my eyes. It leaves a very nice hydrated dewy finish, and I love it. I think Dr. Sheth's and Dr. Sheth's Ceramide one, Put Simply, and Deconstruct, like, these three are my favorite from the list. And yeah, that is all. So let me know if you guys have tried out these sunscreens, and if you want me to try any other sunscreen, I'll be more than happy to do it for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.